Chair recognizes Mr. Carter for 3 minutes for the purposes of an opening statement.
Thank you, Chair Rogers, for recognizing me during today's markup. One of the bills we are considering today is my legislation, the Air Quality Standards Implementation Act of 2024. This legislation would make critical, common sense updates to the National Ambient Air Quality Standards setting process and provide the states necessary flexibility so they can proactively mitigate wildfire risk. This is an essential piece of legislation that the committee must pass to place a check on just one piece of the EPA's regulatory onslaught. According to the American Action Forum, in 2023 alone, the Biden EPA finalized regulations costing American industry $70.6 billion. And that's if you take the EPA's cost calculations at their word. But they did not stop there. Just 3.5 months into 2024, the EPA has already finalized another whopping $17.7 billion in regulatory actions, and that is not counting today's finalized tailpipe standards. These totals dwarf all other federal agencies. Notably, the Securities and Exchange Commission clocked in as the second largest regulatory cost contributor in 2023, adding $19.6 billion in costs on industry, more than $50 billion less than the EPA's activity. While our Democratic colleagues seem to think these are just numbers on a sheet of paper, their costly agenda is harming American families and communities across the country. Just last week, an aluminum manufacturing plant in Missouri with enough capacity to produce as much as 30% of the country's supply of aluminum closed its doors and took 400 jobs with it. In February, a tin mill facility in West Virginia that once employed 6,100 people shut its doors permanently. These heartbreaking stories and countless others are becoming all too frequent. In a recent survey from the National Association of Manufacturers, a majority of respondents stated that the Biden administration's new regulations may undermine their day-to-day business operations, will be costly to implement, and will take a significant amount of time to understand and comply with. We can do better, capturing that American manufacturing renaissance while still protecting the environment. My legislation does just that, and I urge my colleagues to support it. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back.